Hello everyone and welcome to my very first video of ink impressions. My name's Jennifer and I am going to be creating a lot of these videos for you. As crafters, we enjoy giving, and it's amazing to see the look on people's faces when you give them something. It brings both joy to me and to the person I'm giving it to. So I'm going to be starting to do YouTube videos and I hope you enjoy them. Today we're going to be talking about Tim Holtz's new Distress Oxide inks, and I'm going to be doing a card sample for you. And that is one of the colors right there. That one is called Tumbled Glass, and it's a beautiful shade of blue. All right, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to show you, we're going to use this stencil by Altenew called Halftone, and I'm going to be showing you the difference between dye ink versus Distress Oxide ink. This is only one difference, of course. And we're going to be using Stampin' Up's Real Red ink, which is a dye ink. And we'll go ahead and ink up the stencil. And the difference is going to be the dye ink actually seeps into the paper, where the Distress Oxide is half pigment, half dye. And it almost sits on top of the paper. So with this dye ink, you're going to see a really deep shade of red, like it had soaked in. And then with the card example, you're going to see that it kind of sits more on the top with the Distress Oxides. So we are going to go ahead and continue on with the video here. First, we're going to clean off the stencil, and a good crafter always has baby wipes at her disposal for cleaning purposes. I'm going to go ahead and use purple tape, and painter's tape works as well if you have painter's tape at home. It's very similar to this purple tape. All of my supplies I will link below in the video so that if you would like them, you can click on where to see them. So this is how I just store my Distress Oxide ink daubers. I use the ink applicator tool, and I use the little Velcro pads. And I stuck a little sticky of Velcro on the bottom of each zinc oxide case with the matching color. Now you got to be careful. You can't set them on top of each other, or that happens, you get staining. So this is how I store mine. And I made this, my husband also helped me make this beautiful cardboard insert so that the ink cases will not get stains all over them, and I'm loving it. So this is the Distress Oxide ink Candy Apple, and I decided to do a rainbow of colors today for my first video because I love rainbows, anything to do with rainbows. And this next one is going to be Carved Pumpkin, and I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video here, save a little bit of time, and you can kind of just watch me color. The beautiful yellow is Squeezed Lemonade. And notice how when I am adhering these to the paper, how they're blending very, very nicely. And again, that is the pigment quality of them. And they are allowed to blend pretty much on top of each other, where a dye ink wouldn't have quite that effect. And I also used Mowed Lawn, Tumbled Glass, and Wilted Violet with this one. So let's go ahead and peel off the stencil, and we'll see. Also go ahead and clean it with a baby wipe, and we will see the final effect here. And I'm going to take it to my trimmer tool. This is by Stampin' Up. And as all crafters, we like to reuse paper. So that was my practice one on the other side. So I'm going to adhere that to my card base. And with this card, I did a top folding card, just a standard size. And we are going to be using the Altenew Birthday Party Time celebration set, and I love this set. It has confetti and sequins, and it's got a 2-layer stamping effect with the greetings on it. So I've used this one multiple times in the past. And I also bought the matching dies, so you can cut out the confetti and the sequins. And it creates just a really fun birthday card. So I'm going to use my Versamark watermark ink pad because I'm going to be using some Stampin' Up! Gold embossing powder. And this time I didn't use my anti-static tool. Sometimes I do, sometimes it just turns out just fine. So we'll go ahead and emboss that, and then we are going to cut that out with Lawn Fawn's large stitched rectangles. That is a tongue twister. And I'll go ahead and run that through my Big Shot tool. Now on my Big Shot, I have a magnetic platform that helps the die stick, and that tin metal sheet there is by Lawn Fawn, and it's absolutely wonderful, especially for detailed dies. I've had no problem with them kind of partially sticking, and they just seem to come right off very nicely with that Lawn Fawn metal shim. So we'll run that through the Big Shot. I usually run stuff once through and then once back again, and it creates a nice stitched edge. And now to make some of the sequins, I'm going to go ahead and use some red glimmer paper by Stampin' Up! And run that through a couple times as well. And the next tool there, that is the Spellbinders. You know, the name is actually leaving me, but I will definitely look that up and link that down below. I use that every single time I die cut. I absolutely love that tool. Now, interesting with those red dots, because it's glitter paper, it was really thick. So the facets didn't go through, so they almost came out to be like little red wheels, but they still had a really cute effect. So I wanted to put them on the card. So this time I'm running it through with some gold foil paper by Stampin' Up! And when these pop out, you're going to see a big difference. And they're actually going to pop out with the facets on them. And they're actually really nicely detailed. One popped out and one got a little stuck. Like I said, I use that tool all the time. So we'll give you kind of a close-up view of these. You can see nice, shiny, glimmery. Worked really well with the foil paper. And then all that's left to do now is adhere the embellishments to the card. So I will use my mono adhesive for the label Party Time, and then for the little sequins, I am obsessed with these mini glue dots. Absolutely love them, and I use them all the time. And it's just not quite as messy as the liquid, but the liquid works as well. So there we go. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I sure had a lot of fun bringing this to you guys. I'm going to be posting more very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching.